suppose I tell you the population of Australia. Does anyone know what the population of Australia is?
23 million.
It's 23 million. 23 million. Okay? Good. Now, I'll just write that out. That's 23 and how many zeros is a million? 6 zeros, isn't it? Okay, 23 million. Now, that number is right. Okay, Tom's on top of his statistics, which is great. But here's something interesting, okay? When we say the population of Australia is 23 million, we don't mean it's exactly 23 million, do we? Right? People are being born, dying all the time, right? So this number is like not exact, right? It's an estimation, and it's close enough, right? Yeah.
Would you have to change the estimation like every couple of years?
That's a good question. I guess. I'm pretty sure they do. Like I remember when I was at school, I think it was something like 20 million. I don't know how frequently they do it. It's a good question. Maybe every couple of years would be. Actually, they probably would do it when they do a census. They don't do censuses very far.
5 years.
Yeah, they don't do it very often because it's really expensive. So 4 or 5 years, whatever it is. Okay. Now here's the point, right? It's not exactly right, but this 23, right? That's accurate. It's not closer to 24 or 22. It's closest to 23. So that's why we call those guys the significant figures. They are the important numbers in this number, okay, the important digits. Okay? In the same way when we say the population of the world is, does anyone know?
No. 7 billion.
I think they say it's 7 billion at the moment. 7 billion. Again, we don't mean there's exactly 7 billion with a zero on the end. How many significant figures are there in this 10-digit number? There's only one, isn't there? The 7. Again, one significant figure, 2 significant figures. Okay, now suppose we could, right, actually count up. Let's do the population of Australia. Okay? Suppose we went around, we walked around, and we found it was actually this. I don't know, 5, 6. How many numbers do I need? 7, 8. Okay. So suppose we went around, we counted every single one, we kept a super huge tally, okay?
No, you missed
And this is how
number.
many. Oh, did I?
No.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
No, it's okay. 23 million. It's alright. It's okay.
Oh, I didn't see the one.
Yeah, that's okay. It was hiding. Alright. Now, in this case, if I'm exact, it's not nested anymore. How many significant figures are there?
2.
I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're all significant. 8 significant figures. Okay. Now, suppose my numbers are a bit off. Okay. Suppose you went through. Who was it? I think Tom was really good with his numbers, right? So he goes through, he checks it, and he's like, "Rubbish, Mr. Wu, you counted wrong." Okay, and he gets the real number. Suppose this is the real number. You know, this is Mr. Wu. And Tom gets this. 2, 3, 1, 0. Oop, another 0. 0.
0, 5.
4. Okay. And he's like, "Look, I've checked it out. I've checked it out." And you guys are all like, yeah, we trust Tom's numbers better than Mr. Wu's numbers, okay? Now, remember how we arrived at this. We counted them all up. We got an exact number, not an estimate, right? How many significant figures are there?
3.
No, there's actually 1. 4.
Now,
There's 1.
I'm going to suggest, remember, we came up with these numbers exactly the same way. We went and counted. It's not an estimate like this, like, I don't know, it's something like that.
It's 3.
It just happened that Tom got zeros in there, right? Now, therefore, there's still 8 significant figures here. There's still 8. They're all just as important. It just so happened that when the recount was done, you got zeros. Okay?
But why is there still 8? Like,
Okay, yes. Now, why are these zeros significant and these ones aren't? Okay. And there's 2 ways to think about it. The first way is... Oh, yeah? Do you want to suggest some answers? Hold on, Ali had your hand up first. Say it again. Okay, so the first way is... See this last number? Not a 0. Okay. So therefore, all the numbers in between, even though they're 0, still significant. Tom, were you going to say the same thing? Yeah, okay. I'll tell you, yeah, up the back.
So if like the second last number was a 4 instead of the last number, would that make it only 7 significant?
Okay, so that's a very good question. Suppose we switch that around and made it 40. Okay, is it 7 significant figures now, or is it still 8? Now, if we go with the suggestion we just got, which is just look at the last number, okay, then you would conclude, yeah, that one's on the end, we've lost it. Okay, but remember, we got these numbers by counting, right? We went around, we counted exactly, right? So if they're both exact, it would still be significant. If we'd gone around and this was the number you ended up with, on the dot, no plus 1, minus 1, right? Then all of the numbers might be significant. As it happens, they're not. You guys know it's not exact. It's just we just threw it out there, right? So you have to be careful. Let me say there's 2 things again. Number 1, as Ali and Tom suggested, just have a look and see. Where's the last non-zero number? If they don't tell you otherwise, that's the last significant figure. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? But if you know information about this, right?
So it goes to the last non-zero number.
Yeah, that's right. Non-zero digit. If you know stuff about this, like where they actually got those numbers from, sometimes it's significant. Okay?